Hare Krishna. Thank you everybody for joining us online. Tonight we will be, Maharaj, His Holiness Danavir Goswami will be speaking on the topic of finding peace in times of crisis. So please, if you have any questions, you can ask them in the comment section and we can ask Maharaj. And thank you very much for tuning in. Hare Krishna.
Om Jnanatirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tvang Sujivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitangscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhaktivedanta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. I'd like to begin by reading a poem by Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur, great Acharya. Alas for those who spend their days in festive mirth and joy. The dazzling, deadly liquid forms their hearts for air employ. The shining bottles charm their eyes and draw their hearts' embrace. The slaves of wine can never rise from what we call disgrace. Was man intended to be a brute in work and heart? Should man, the Lord of all around, from common sense depart? Man's glory is in common sense, dictating us the grace. That man is made to live in love, the beauteous heavens embrace. The flesh is not our own, alas. The mortal frame a chain. The soul confined for former wrongs should try to rise again. Why then this childish play in that which cannot be our own, which falls within 100 years as if a rose ablown? Our life is but a rosy hue, to go ere long to naught. The soul alone would last for e'er, with good or evil fraught. How deep the thought of times to be, how grave the aspect looks, and wrapped in awe become, oh, when reading nature's books. Man's life to him a problem dark, a screen both left and right. No soul hath come to tell us what exists beyond our sight. But then a voice, how deep and soft, within ourselves is felt. Man, man, thou art immortal soul, thee death can never melt. For thee thy sire on high has kept a store of bliss above. To end of time, thou art, O his who wants but purest love. O love, thy power and spell benign, now melt my soul to God. How can my earthly words describe that feeling soft and broad? Enjoyment, sorrow, what but lots to which the flesh is heir? The soul that sleeps alone concludes in them it hath a share. And then, my friends, no more enjoy, nor weep for all below. The women, wine, and flesh of beasts no love on thee bestow. But thine to love thy brother man, and give thyself to God. And God doth know your wages fair, this fact is true and broad. Forget the past that sleeps, and ne'er the future dream at all. But act in times that are with thee, and progress thee shall call. But tell me not in reasoning cold, the soul is made alone by earth's mechanic lifeless rules, and to destruction prone. My God who gave us life and all, alone the soul can kill, or give it all the joys above, his promise to fulfill. So push thy onward march, O soul, against an evil deed that stands with soldiers, hate and lust, a hero be indeed. Maintain thy post in spirit world as firmly as you can. Let never matter push thee down, O stand, heroic man. O Saragrahi Vaishnava soul, thou art an angel fair. Lead me on to Vrindavan, and Spirit's power declare. There rests my soul from matter free, upon my lover's arms. Eternal peace and Spirit's love are all my chanting charms. So the word Saragrahi means one who takes the essence. Saragrahi Vaishnava means he's a devotee of the Lord, and he takes the essence of everything, and the essence of everything is Krishna. So he's able to extract the essence from everything. Just like the swan, Rajahamsa, can extract milk from a solution of milk and water and leave behind the water. So Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur is advising us to take Krishna and leave behind this extraneous material world. Don't become caught up in the illusion of this body. In illusion, we're imagining that we're this body. Made of material elements, mechanic rules, and it's destruction prone. It's sure to be destroyed. So how can we think that that's ourself? If we think that we're this body, then we're always going to be in a dangerous situation. Because padam yad vipadam natesham. There's danger at every step for the body. But the soul is immortal. He cannot be destroyed. He's eternal. He's beyond this matter. And that's our real identity. not only are we eternal souls, but we're eternally related to the Supreme Eternal Soul, Sri Krishna. And that's our real home in the spiritual world. So our theme today is finding peace in times of crisis. There will always be crisis in the material world, and as long as we're identifying ourselves as being part of this material world, then we're certainly destined for destruction. This body will be destroyed today or tomorrow. But the soul, which is part and parcel of Sri Krishna, the Supreme Soul, is not subjected to time. The soul is not subjected to birth and death and old age. Only the body is subjected to those things. It's like another analogy. If there's very heavy clouds, strong storm clouds, hurricane, it practically blocks the sun. And for those on earth, it seems very dark and dangerous. Hurricane winds, tornadoes, hail. But if one goes above the clouds, then it's sunny and peaceful. So we have to transcend the clouds of illusion, of Maya. As the clouds are also created by the sun, from the sun's energy, the sun can also dissipate the clouds. Similarly, Maya is the energy of the Supreme Lord, and it's an illusion that can only temporarily cover the soul, just as the clouds don't actually cover the sun, they only temporarily cover the eyes of the human beings. So Maya can never cover Krishna. Although it may seem impossible to rise above this Maya, this illusory material world, if we take shelter of Krishna, the master of Maya, Maya dakshina prakriti suyate sacharacharam, hetunanena konteya jagat viparivartate. If we take shelter of Krishna, then Maya becomes dissipated. Kechit kevalaya bhaktya vasudeva parayana aghum dunvanti karchnena niharam eva bhaskara. As the sun dissipates fog, similarly devotional service to Krishna dissipates all the Maya and illusion of this material world. And the so-called dangers that we're facing and taking as real are not real. Just like in a dream, one is having a nightmare and he's being chased by many vicious persons, and everywhere he turns is a dead end. And there's no way to get out. But if he wakes up, and the whole nightmare is dispersed. So this waking up process, Jiv Jago, Gora Chanda Bole, Kota Nidra Maya Pisha Chir Bole. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself in the devotional form, has come and is calling out to all the townsfolk, wake up, sleeping souls. Wake up, sleeping souls. Don't sleep on the lap of Maya. Just chant the names of the Lord and get free from this danger and this disturbance. The process for self-realization in this age is so easy that anyone can partake of it, simply chanting the names of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Even if you chant other names of God, that's fine, you can chant those, but you can also add an extra mantra to your chanting, Hare Krishna. Because Krishna means all attractive. And there's only one Supreme Being. Whether you call him Krishna or Allah or Jehovah, it doesn't really matter. Just like in some parts of the world, they look up in the sky at that big shining ball and they say El Sol. That means the sun. Or Shamesh, it means the sun. And everyone knows what you mean, the shining ball. So when we speak of God, there are many names of God, of course. Of course he has many names. He has so many wonderful qualities. He's the all-attractive. He's the Lord of Radharani. He's the creator of everything. He's the sustainer. He's the annihilator. He's the source. He's the goal. He's the supreme lovable object. He's feared by fear personified. Unlimited names. And then his pastimes. He's the butter thief. He's the lifter of Govardhan Hill. He's the leader of the Rasa dance. He's the Supreme Being. So there's naturally going to be unlimited names for the Supreme. So no one should become afraid to chant the Lord's names, even in different languages, even if you don't speak the language. You can chant. So Lord Chaitanya has given us this easy process simply to chant Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama Eva Kevalam Kalo Nasteva 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 Gatyanyata. In this age, the only hope is chanting. And we don't have the opportunity to perform yogic meditation for thousands of years, sitting in the Himalaya. We don't have that opportunity. We're restricted. We're limited in this age. But although the age is a false, Kalir Doshani De Rajan Asti Heko Mahan Gunat Kirtanad Eva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Parambhajet. But there's one good quality in this age, and that is that one can chant the beautiful names of Krishna and achieve all perfection. So that is what we're recommending if you want to be peaceful. Everyone wants to get peace of mind, especially nowadays. We're all in anxiety, what will happen next? If we chant the holy names of the Lord, then we'll be peaceful and happy because we know we're protected by the Supreme Protector. Any questions?
Adrian Cardenas asked, how does one properly do Hare Krishna yoga meditations?
Well, we can do it anywhere. It's a mantra that has only 3 words. We can learn it in a few seconds. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So we say that twice, right? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Say it twice. Then Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. So Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Then Hare is the same as we started with. So then Hare Rama, twice. Just like Hare Krishna, Hare Rama. And the same motif, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Just like Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Doesn't take too long to learn it. Once you memorize it, and you're set. You don't need any books. You don't have to carry a laptop with you. You don't have to carry books. Just chant. And you can sing it with instruments. You see we have some instruments here. We have some mridanga drums. If you have mridanga drums, you can play. Or if you have high-sounding cymbals, kartals, you can play those. Or keyboards. Or any instruments you like. Or if you don't have any instruments, you can clap your hands. Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Kartals.
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribo.
Or, if you're not in a place where you feel you can chant outwardly, you can chant softly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We have some beads. Give me a set of beads. We can chant. This is another kind. This is called japa chanting. Chant on the beads. 108 beads representing the 108 chief gopis, devotees of the Lord, and the 108 Upanishads. And we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. One mantra on each bead, and we can keep track of how many rounds we chant on the beads. So it's very easy. Or if you don't have beads, you can chant on your fingers, or you can just chant without counting.
Noah Logan asks, is it possible for those who practice other faiths like Buddhism and Christianity to go back to Godhead, or are they only elevated to higher planets after death for their pious activities?
Well, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Yanti Deva Brata Devam, Patrin Janti Patri Vitaha, Bhutani Yanti Bhuteja, Yanti Madhyajinopimam. Those who worship demigods take birth among the demigods. Those who worship forefathers, they go to the planets of the forefathers. Those who worship ghosts and spirits, they go to the ghosts and spirits. And those who worship me will come with me. So it depends who we're worshiping. That's where we go. Just like when you go online and you want to pick your flight, you have to have your mind made up where you want to go. If you say, I can't decide, I'm not sure where I want to go, then you don't get a ticket. You have to make your decision. Okay, I want to go to such and such place. And you type it in and then you pay the fee and you go, get your ticket. So, whoever we're worshiping, we're promoting ourselves. Om Tad Vishnu Paramam Param Sada Pasyanti Yat Surya. We want to be promoted to the planet of Krishna. So, naturally, you chant Krishna. If you want to go to Krishna, you chant Krishna. If you want to go to the void, then you chant void. So we have to know who is God. It's not enough to say, I'm worshiping God. Because someone may ask you a question like, well, who is God? And if you say, I don't know, then someone may ask you, well, why are you worshiping someone you don't know who he is, or who it is, or what it is? So it behooves us to find out who we're worshiping. If we want to go there, we should find out about what it's like there. Just like if you want to go to Hawaii, you should know something about Hawaii before you go there. You know there's people there, there's ocean, there's nice breezes, there's fruits. So then you say, oh, I've seen pictures, I've heard about it, I want to go there. So in the Vedic literatures, there's immense information about the spiritual world, about the abode of Krishna. So one should take advantage. Why should he avoid that? Why avoid? Makes void of it. That's very popular nowadays, to make everything void. God is void, the universe comes from the void. At the end, everything is void. So this doesn't lead to Krishna. This leads to the void. There's no such thing as void, but it leads to ignorance. Tama. But the Vedas say, Tamasima Jyotirgama, come out of the darkness, come into the light. So Krishna is the source of all light, illumination.
Bhaskar Yalala, he asks, do we need to completely dislike the material world before to get the full benefit of chanting?
Well, Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur says that we should at least we should learn how to transform the material world back into its spiritual form. Saragrahi, take the essence. Because Krishna is in every atom. Andantarasta paramanu chayantarastam. So one who is advanced in spiritual knowledge, he sees Krishna everywhere. Even when he sees an ordinary tree, he doesn't see the ordinary tree, he sees it as Krishna's tree. So, this material world is is actually part of the spiritual world, but it's covered by Maya, ignorance. So when we come out, when we become free from ignorance, then we don't see the material world as something dangerous, but it's a place to perform devotional service. And when we see conditioned souls, we see here's some souls that are Krishna's parts and parcels that need to be reawakened. And they're on the wrong path, they're going the wrong way, so let me, just like if you know that people are going the wrong path and it goes off a cliff and you try to stop all the people, no, don't go that way. It's a sharp cliff and it goes down. And it's very slippery, don't go down there. You enjoy that. That's enjoyable to give people knowledge and to help people, help these spirit souls. Just as us, we were lost, we were adrift, we were in the middle of the material ocean. We could not have saved ourselves, we were hopelessly lost. Just so happened that Krishna sent his representatives in a boat and they picked us up, otherwise we were lost. So that's an enjoyable duty that the devotees are given, to go out and collect all these drowning souls in the material world.
You mentioned about buying a ticket to go to Krishna. What's the price to buy the Krishna
Price
ticket?
is sincerity. You just have to have eagerness. Lolyam. Lolyam means greediness, but not greedy in a material sense, but greedy, you really want to get Krishna, and you're really willing to make the effort. It's like Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur says, so take thy post in spirit world as firmly as you can. Let never matter push you down, oh stand heroic man. So push thy onwards march, O soul, against an evil deed that stands with soldiers' hate and lust, a hero be indeed. So you have to become a hero. A hero means one who overcomes hate and lust. So it takes personal effort. We see here, Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur is urging the soul to stand up, take your post, keep going with your onward march. It's a battle against Maya. And Krishna wants us to take up that position, that we're not going to give in to the enemy's hate and lust or Maya. We're not going to give in to illusion. We're not going to fall into the clutches. When I told Srila Prabhupada that I was in the material world and one of his disciples was kind to me and preached to me Krishna Consciousness, Prabhupada wrote back and said, you have a very good friend in Sriman Madhukanta Das. He has actually saved you from the clutches of Maya. So this is our position. Now that we've been dragged out of the ocean, we shouldn't go back in the ocean. We should be determined. That's what initiation means. I'm determined I'm not going to go back into the ocean of material existence anymore. I've had it. I've been in this material world so many times I've tried everything under the sun, and it didn't satisfy me. I'm still not happy in the material world. I'll never be happy in the material world. So let me go back to Krishna. Prabhupada said that's the greatest gamble. I'm going to gamble my life on Krishna. But we've already tried so many things, so this one life, let us just try serving Krishna.
I read how controlling the tongue is very crucial to our devotional service, and one of the ways to do that is to speak only of Krishna. So I was wondering how we can do that, especially with preaching as well, when sometimes it seems like some people might need more of like a, I don't know, like a friend or someone to just kind of listen to them for a moment.
You can listen a little bit, but listening to them is not going to solve their problem. They need to listen to you. You can listen to them to be polite and let them express themselves, because then they'll feel a little more relaxed about hearing what you have to say. But really the thing is that they're supposed to listen to you. And if they don't want to listen, then try to find someone else who does want to listen. There's many souls out there, and many of them will listen. So that's why we don't bother with those who don't want to hear. They're not interested. And let them, they're not ready yet. Let them, or the kirtan, the chanting of Hare Krishna, even maybe they didn't intend on listening to philosophy, but they're hearing the Hare Krishna chanting, and they go home and say, I can't get it out of my head. All night long I'm Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna. And they go to their friends. You know, I was on the street, and they were chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. I can't get this mantra out of my head. So that's good.
What if we think like when we're preaching that our preaching won't be so good because it'll just be puffed up and we might just come off as we'll like scare them away because of our own impurities?
Well, a devotee, Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur also says, by humble entreaty. So humble entreaty means we're not taking a position of condescending, thinking that we're better than them, because we're not. We're all spirit souls, equal. But Krishna's message is the best. And if they've forgotten Krishna, it's only kindness to help out someone who's forgotten their way, who's lost their way. Help them. So that's the mood. I'm simply reminding you what you've forgotten. That's real friendship. Otherwise, what kind of friendship is it who leads you in the wrong direction, who misleads you? Some kind of friend that tries to engage you in material activities to forget about the important things of life. That's not a friend. One who engages you in sinful activities, he's not a friend. A friend is one who gives you the best thing. And what's the best gift you can give someone? Krishna consciousness. So give them that gift, that's the best thing. Then you're being their real friend. Whether they recognize it now or not, they will have the benefit. Yes?
For someone just beginning to chant the Hare Krishna mantra, especially those that might be skeptical, they might be thinking, okay, well, what kind of results should I expect? So my question is, what are some feelings that someone beginning to chant might experience?
Ecstasy.
How do you measure that?
Well, it's better than anything you ever did. If we're fortunate, we may get that experience. Even if we don't get that experience, there's something going on there. Otherwise, why are so many people chanting it? And if you go to India, they've been chanting Hare Krishna for thousands of years, thousands of generations. I've met many old Indian people, and they're just absorbed, even in their old age, they're absorbed in chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, because they got it from their grandparents, and their grandparents got it from their grandparents. Why are they still chanting? There must be something to it. They say you can fool some of the people all the time and all the people some of the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time. And all these people are chanting Hare Krishna for thousands of years. There must be something to it. And not only Indians, but why are the Americans chanting also? Americans have money and opulence and so many modern facilities for sense gratification. Or the Beatles, why the Beatles chant? They were masters of music. They had so many musical abilities, but they weren't satisfied until they began chanting Hare Krishna. Then they became satisfied.
On walking this path back to Godhead and following the Bhakti Yoga, if we succumb to a material desire that we have, how should we feel after that, and how should we react? And I'm thinking about like words like shame. Should we feel shame, or how should we feel?
Well, it is a shame that we wasted our energy, but the bright side is that we have another chance to engage in devotional service at every moment. So we should try to become more resolved that I'll not let that happen again. I'll be more careful in the future. I won't let Maya trick me in that way. Or at least, if I'm not strong enough to make a firm declaration, or that I can sincerely pray to Krishna and the spiritual master and the Vaishnavas to please protect me so I don't make that mistake again. And Krishna helps the devotees, and the Vaishnavas are like desire trees. They're an ocean of mercy. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu. Kripa Sindhu means ocean of mercy. So there's so many Vaishnavas. We have our past acharyas, and then there's so many present Vaishnavas. Also, by the grace of Krishna, they've become oceans of mercy. They can also help us and grant us the strength.
Adrian Kadarnis wants to know what the spiritual world is like with Krishna.
There's no epidemics, no pandemics. Every word is a song. Every step is a dance. Everybody is friendly, and loving towards everyone else. Recently someone asked if there's eating in the spiritual world because spiritual bodies don't need food. But yes, there's certainly eating. There's all the activities. Spiritual eating is not to maintain a material body, but to maintain loving relationships. So there's unlimited varieties. The spiritual world is the reality. The material world is a reflection of the reality. So whatever we find here that is wonderful gives us a little glimpse of what the spiritual world is like. Like if we go to some concert and we hear an orchestra and it's a beautiful, magnificent piece, we feel inspired, we get certain emotions. Or if we see some drama, a very moving drama of some relationship that evokes our different emotions, it may evoke our sympathy or our appreciation. So all those things are there in the spiritual world, and Krishna is the supreme actor. He's not a boring personality. He's very dramatic. You see the way he dresses. Peacock feathers in his hair, garlands, jewelry, bangles, earrings, crowns, jewels. He's very dramatic, very artistic. So the spiritual world is full of artistic beauty and emotions and feelings, but they're all valuable feelings. They're all beneficial for everyone. There's no detriments. You don't have to worry about getting diseases there. You don't have to worry about dying there. You don't have to worry about getting old and your body breaking down. The bodies are all eternal there. There's a few things, but if you want to learn more, there's Srimad Bhagavatam and many scriptures in the Vedas that give elaborate descriptions of the spiritual world. When Krishna comes to this material world, he brings a traveling roadshow with him for a performance. Like when he came to this planet 5,000 years ago, he stayed for 125 years performing his pastimes. And that's recorded in the Srimad Bhagavatam and Mahabharata. So we can get an idea of the spiritual world from that, because Krishna brings the spiritual world with him when he comes.
Noah Logan is wondering, is it possible to be successful in spiritual life as grihasta if you reside with non-devotees, like residing in an apartment with roommates who are not devotees?
Apartment what?
In an apartment with roommates who are not devotees?
Well, it's very simple. When you're associating with non-devotees, you just have to make them into devotees. Someone was concerned the other day. They were saying, well, I heard that you're not supposed to associate with non-devotees, and if your parents are non-devotees, the solution is the parents just become devotees, and the problem is solved. We're all supposed to be devotees. What is our nature? Who are we really? We're all devotees of Krishna. And if we don't think we're devotees of Krishna, then we're an illusion, and that illusion should be dispelled. And if your son or daughter helps you get free from that illusion, or your roommate helps you get free from illusion, then that's good. But if they're against your Krishna consciousness, then that may be detrimental, And you may have to find out some other devotee roommate. There's devotee roommates as well. So if you can't transform your non-devotee roommates into devotees, then find some devotee roommates.
Rita Bain, sorry, I don't know what her spiritual name is, it's not right on here. How do you approach Krishna in the time of crisis? Oh, Dinabandhu Das. That's her name.
Let's hear the question.
How do you approach Krishna in the time of crisis?
Well, chanting is one way to approach Krishna. You can approach Krishna through his name, or through his instructions, Bhagavad Gita, through his pastimes, Srimad Bhagavatam, through devotional service, through worshiping, through praying. You can pray to him. You can worship the form of Krishna. You can do devotional service. So many ways to perform devotion. Tell others about Krishna. Krishna likes that. When somebody gives people, as we've been discussing, when someone gives transcendental knowledge to others, Krishna is very pleased with that. That's service. You can offer food to Krishna, prepare a meal, offer it to Krishna. You become, just like if you offer a meal to someone, and that friend, that person takes the meal and eats it, and you become friends. Because it's a very intimate exchange. Srila Rupa Goswami gives one of those 6 loving exchanges. Tadati pratigranati guyamakyati prachchati bhunkte bojayate chaiva shadvidam pratilakshanam. So dadati means giving gifts. You can give a gift to Krishna. And accepting Krishna's gifts to you, he's giving you so many things. He's given you intelligence. He's given you this body. He's given you a home to live in. He's given you friends. He's given you voice. So many things. So you accept those. Thank Krishna for those gifts. Tadati pratigranati guyamakyati prachati. You reveal your confidential mind to Krishna, and he reveals his confidential mind to you. You hear from him, he hears from you. And then bhunkte bojayate. You offer him foodstuffs, and then he offers you foodstuffs. So first you offer to him, then he eats, then he offers to you, then you eat prasadam. These are a few ways you can approach Krishna during times of crisis. In fact, even one great devotee, Kunti Devi, Queen Kunti, she prayed for crisis. Because she said, in crisis, it's easier to remember you, because when everything's going great, I forget. It's easy to forget Krishna. You say, you want to hear about Krishna? I know. When you go to the beach, maybe you haven't had experience trying to tell people about Krishna consciousness on the beach. They're generally in a different mood. And not right now. We're enjoying right now. But when the times get difficult, when they're suffering, then they're more eager to hear. So we can take it as an impetus for our taking to Krishna in this time of crisis, where nothing else seems to be working. Science may not solve the problem, politicians may not solve the problem, money may not solve the problem, armed forces may not solve. We don't know what's going to solve the problem. Krishna. So go to Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, I never actually thought of the 6 loving exchanges in terms of with Krishna before. Thank you for sharing that. So I'm wondering about what you mentioned about hearing from Krishna, revealing ourselves to Krishna, and actually hearing from Him.
Hearing from Him in Bhagavad Gita, most confidential knowledge. Now I shall give to you the most confident. He's saying this is the most confidential knowledge. Hear from me. Guyam, Guyatamam. Not only Guyam means confidential, but Guyatamam, the most confidential knowledge. So we should tune in. I'm all ears. When you read Bhagavad Gita, that's it. I'm all ears, Krishna. Whatever you say, I take it. That's it. I believe it, just like Arjuna said. Karishe vachanam tava. Now my illusion is dispelled. All my doubts are removed. I'm ready to act as you want. So then Krishna likes to speak. You like to speak to people who listen to what you say and take it. Like if you're standing somewhere and you see something on the grass, you say, oh boy, that part looks really, it's not very clean. And anyway, you walk on, then later on you look and, wow, it's all clean. Who did that? You want to find out who heard you. That person you heard, then he cleaned it. So that's the type of person you like to speak to. You tell them to surrender to me, and they say, yes, I surrender to you. That's the teacher loves to speak to people that are interested in hearing and following. So he's giving the most confidential knowledge. Manmana bhava mad bhakto Majaji mam namaskaru Mamai vaishasi satyam te pratijane priyosime. Always think of me, worship me, offer your homage unto me, become my devotee. Thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my very dear friend. So you can become the very dear friend. It's not like we have no connection with Krishna. We're already His friend, or we're already His eternal son. We're the lost son, lost daughter, who has strayed away from home. The relationship's already there. We just have to reestablish it by service. And as far as approaching Him, we sincerely tell Krishna, although He doesn't need to be told what's going on, because He knows everything, but we like to tell Him because we want to make sure He knows. We're not so confident He knows. Those who are completely confident, they don't have to tell Him what's going on because they know He knows already. They just accept Krishna's. Krishna knows everything and He's giving me exactly what I need to know. This will be the last question.
Noah Logan asked, personally, have you ever had an instance where your faith was seriously challenged? How was this overcome?
I don't think so. I haven't come across anything that makes more sense than Krishna's Bhagavad Gita philosophy. I haven't come across anything that makes me doubt that Krishna is the best person. I mean, if I were going to sit down and try to figure out what God should be like, I couldn't do a better job than Krishna. He's a dancer, he plays on his flute, he dances with thousands of gopis in the dead of night, and if anyone comes to disturb him, he kicks their head. And then after he kicks their head, they become purified and they become blissful devotees, free from all envy and greed, and that's pretty good. You can't beat that. He's controlling everything, but he's not all hung up. He's dancing and playing on his flute at the same time. Everything's going on according to his order. He simply has to desire. So I never had any reason to doubt that. And I can certainly have some realization that material sense gratification is not the ultimate pleasure of life. We've already tried that. We've experienced that it doesn't last very long, and it's not very deep, skin deep. So I guess the answer is no. All right, thank you very much. Now we'll have Arti. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Gaura Nitai ki jai.